Hej alle sammen, og velkommen til Mandagsmagi. Hey everyone, and welcome to Monday Magic. Today, let's see. Today will be in English. Or maybe not, we'll see. Today, it's all languages are in. We are in the middle of a symphony wave, which is Symphony of Possibilities wave, where you can ask to get anything out of it. Like if you get the question, if you could have anything out of a session, what would it be? And to me, this challenge had come up. Dr. Dane here has put out this challenge. Dr. Dane here is the co-creator of Access Consciousness. And he has given us this challenge to choose one thing each day and do it that's uncomfortable for us. The thing is, if something is uncomfortable for you, you will avoid it. And usually, if you avoid something, your life just don't expand and get greater. So if you're willing to go through that uncomfort, you will know where you are defending yourself and where you're stopping yourself and where you're hiding yourself, and you will actually get to have more of you. So that's what I would like to talk about today. And so the magical thing is to go through that. And I put this, I would say, really, really magical tree behind me. I met this tree in the forest in Rotskov, up north of Jutland. And this tree is, it has so much energy, and there is so many, I would say, oh, excuse all the noise in the background. There's so many memories. A tree doesn't have memories, but it experienced a lot of stuff through a lot of time. And mostly it has a lot of beings around it, energetic beings around it. And so I went to touch it and just be with it. And there was so much information, and quite a lot of it was very uncomfortable. After that, I got very, very dark, which people would get really afraid of. Actually, if you looked at me after my face, everything was very dark. And it was like that. But I perceived so much of it. And what has been going on the land for hundreds of years. This tree is hundreds of years. And we forget that. They're just being there. And we kind of forget what's going on around us very often because we're so busy trying to make it comfortable. And really, all we have to do when it gets really uncomfortable is ask a question. So what question can you ask when it gets really uncomfortable? I ask now, what am I avoiding here? And actually, I'm asking for all the emotional point of views that I'm avoiding and defending that keeps whatever this is in existence. And so what I was avoiding was totally receiving of me and everything that I be that has to do with this darkness and light. So where have you shut down your dark side or your light side? And avoiding to be a whole thing you be. The thing is, in the universe, darkness is not a bad thing. That's something people created. And light is not a good thing. That's also something we created. We really just have polarized everything so we can make ourselves understand it and feel comfortable, because now we're holding it here and we can control the light and the dark. But really we can't. And it's like trying to control us. That is not a possibility. Can you really be controlled? We had another Monday Magic on that one. I believe it was episode 12 or something, where with Christiana Hein. But it's looking at what am I avoiding here? And sometimes it's not something you're avoiding, you're also defending it. You may be defending that you're a good person, and therefore you would never do anything in the dark. And really, I had an awesome experience I'd like to share with you. I was at the Certified Facilitator training just a week ago in Rome with Gary Douglas, Dr. Dane here, and Simone Milasas. And at some point, Gary Douglas is asking us, he's the founder of Access Consciousness, he's asking us to let him in. And also, he's not really asking us to let him in. He's saying to us what it will take to facilitate like more advanced classes in Access Consciousness. And he says, you have to be able to let me in so I can assist you. Unless I can assist you, it's not really going to work. And what everybody's trying to avoid is like let somebody completely into their world, because that's so uncomfortable that they know everything about you. And at that point, I was like, okay, I will let this man in. And so I cleared everything I was avoiding about it and everything I was defending for that didn't allow him to enter all my spaces, even the ones that I didn't know. And what came up for me was, well, it was just ease, and it lightened up. And then the day after we had our facilitator training, I woke up in the morning and Gary is walking through my space. I see him literally like just walking joyfully and waving at me and walking through my space. And I knew he was actually coming through. And what right away came up was actually, oh, I think I stole. And I did something wrong. And all the wrongness came up. But it was only one thing that I thought I did wrong by him. And it was his thinking. And it wasn't until I had a conversation later with him that not with him, but with someone else, and I heard them talk about something, I realized that he walked into my space. And by me being expanded, he actually knew everything that I could be. And he also knew everything that I had available and was aware of, even the things I wasn't consciously aware of. And this is what's interesting to me, is that I thought I did something wrong. But one of my really, really, really big capacities is to have been in all lifetimes, and the unconscious things I did and the anti-consciousness I did, I hid people's secrets. And this lifetime, I just don't want to keep any secrets. And I didn't believe I had any secrets, but really I did. I was being aware of people's secrets without allowing myself consciously to know that I was aware of them. That was an enormously smart way to hide them. And so they didn't have to tell it to me. I would be there and know it. And what showed up is that he could walk through my space and he would know who had been lying to him, who had been stealing from him, if I had been near them, if I had unconsciously but still had it in my awareness field, he would actually have access to this. And it's very uncomfortable to know that I could be that. And it's also very uncomfortable to let somebody in that way. And still, if we are willing to be that open, what is possible. Because as soon as I let him in, he is actually always allowing us to come into his space. And also another thing is I have been living in other people's spaces, looking for me in their spaces. Really, what I had to do was just be me and invite people into my space, and then have the knowledge they're having that way instead of going in and looking for me where they are. So it ending up being very, not uncomfortable, but very expansive to know. But it's new, and that's where we call it uncomfortable. Things we don't know, we want to call uncomfortable. So everywhere you have been avoiding uncomfortable and defending for the comfort of unconsciousness and anti-consciousness, will you now revoke, recant, resent, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate everything that holds it in place, all the emotional points of view that you're avoiding and defending, and all the literal points of view that you're avoiding and defending. And if you get light on this, we can now destroy and uncreate it, right, wrong, good, bad, POD/POC, all 9 short stories and beyond. And that was the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. And I will put that link to that, what that is, those magical words. I will put that in the description of this video. And you can go and listen to what that is, those weird funky words. But really, my question to you is, how uncomfortable can you be looking at what you have been avoiding or you have been defending that keeps all your problems in existence? Happy Monday Magic.